As long as I can remember, I've always loved the ocean and I've always wanted to be a marine biologist. So it sounds corny, but I really do think that it's what I was meant to do. My first word was even agua, which is water in Spanish. And I think I touched my first shark at an aquarium when I was only a few years old. I was actually born here in Florida, but my family moved to Asheville, North Carolina when I was 3. So I grew up and spent the majority of my life in the mountains. But even though we lived in the mountains, I still had this passion for the ocean and learning about marine life. And I'm very fortunate to have parents that supported those passions. And I spent most summers vacationing at different beaches or going to camps and summer programs that focused on marine biology. So for example, I did a summer program in Canada that focused on whale research. And then I spent another summer in Costa Rica working with nesting sea turtles. So when it came time to apply for college, I knew I had to be somewhere near the water and studying marine biology. I attended the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, and I earned my bachelor's degree in marine biology. While in undergrad, I actually studied abroad twice. So the first time was at James Cook University in Australia, where I took field courses focused on coral reef ecology and aquaculture. I wasn't even back in North Carolina when I applied for a second program, and a few months later, I went to Fiji for a summer course focused on shark behavioral ecology. So this is where my love for sharks really blossomed and where I started to learn more about them. So after graduating from UNCW, I headed to South Africa for an internship that focused on studying the great white population in Mossel Bay. After that was completed, I moved to Los Angeles, where I worked for a marine mammal rehabilitation center. So while I was living in LA, I applied to several master's programs, eventually getting accepted to the University of Miami. I joined the University of Miami Shark Research and Conservation Program for my master's degree in fall of 2017. I studied the microbiome of blacktip, bull, and tiger sharks here in Biscayne Bay to determine what bacteria was present in different tissue sites in order to better understand how that microbiome contributes to their overall health. Since completing my master's degree, I've continued on with my PhD, and I'm now satellite tracking large marine megafauna in the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean, and Western North Atlantic. So the purpose of this new project is to determine where multiple species are overlapping and creating marine biodiversity hotspots. So if we can see where these hotspots are or how they've shifted over time, we can work with policymakers to protect these areas. Not only that, but we hope to predict how these hotspots might change in the future, depending on things like prey availability or environmental changes due to climate change. So as you can tell, I've always had a passion for marine biology in the ocean, but it can be hard to turn a passion into a career. So I'm very thankful for all the opportunities that I've had, and I'm extremely grateful to SRC for the opportunity to continue my graduate career with them in shark research.